All right, so keeping that in mind, I know that seemed kind of arbitrary. It was just kind of random letter or variables and parentheses and that kinds of stuff. So now let's look at it with actual graphs, okay? So absolute value, that means the group. So the original graph, and we know this from our flashcards, the original graph is just a V. So if you go back and you look at your flashcards, okay, then the absolute value is just a regular old V, okay? So now, this 2, let's first ask ourselves, is it H or K? Is this 2 inside the group or is it outside the group? Well, it's inside, so that's H. So if it's a +2, your notes say that if it's plus, which direction does it move? It moves to the left 2. Okay, so that means that we just take this exact same shape and we move it over to the left 2. Okay, so that's all it's saying. So then we go to the next one and we say, okay, is this +1, is that H or is it K? Well, since it's outside of the group, we recognize that that's K. So now when you look up at the information, if it says plus K, since it's outside, means it goes up 1. So that means we just take the exact same shape and we just move it up 1. So it looks like that. Okay, and let me make this one 2 and 1. Okay? So then this last one is both. We've got an H here, and we also have a K here. So now we need to use both shifts, okay? -1 up here, remember it's the opposite of what you think, so minus actually means to the right. So to the right 1, and -2, because that's on the outside, that's K. Well, looking up there, minus means down, so it's down 2. So we do both of these. We move it to the right 1, yet we move it down 2. So this last shift moves both, and so it will move to that place on our graph. Okay? So, same idea for number 2. We've got x squared. Well, if you look at your flashcards, x squared is just the general U shape. It's called a parabola. Okay? Let me... Okay. All right. It's just a general parabola. So now this is inside the group. So that is H. Minus H actually means to the right. So we go to the right 3. So we're going to move this over 1, 2, 3. So this graph is shifting just to the right 3. Okay, the next one. This is outside of a group. There isn't a group at all because it's just that x squared. So since there isn't a parenthesis or a group at all, that means that this is definitely K. Minus K means we go down, and in this case we're going down 2. So we want to shift this down 2. And here's this parabola. And I know it kind of makes it look like it's wider, but it's not. It's just because it went down. And then the last one was hard to see the other shape. So let me use purple this time. This one is both. We've got H here. So plus means to the left 2. And we have K on the outside here. So plus means up, in this case, 1. So we want to move both, to the left 2 and up 1. So to the left 2 and up 1. So let me put, we call it the vertex. That starting point, that center, is the vertex. And so this one will shift like that. Okay? So we've got the original that tells us where it starts in the center, and then this is telling us how we can shift. We don't need a calculator, we don't need to use tables. If we can remember how it shifts when we have a number on the inside of our grouping and how it shifts when we have the number on the outside of our grouping, then we can actually shift if we can just keep that pattern in mind, okay? Whew, okay.